The waves crashed against the shore, relentless and roaring. She hit the water with a splash, startled by the sudden shove from a group of reckless recruits who thought it was a prank. Laughter echoed from the beach as they sped away, confident they'd humiliated her. She sank beneath the surface for a heartbeat, heart racing, but fear never touched her. Navy SEALs were trained for moments like this. She surfaced, calm and measured, eyes sharp and focused. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The ocean was vast, unpredictable, but it was nothing new. Every dive, every mission, every training exercise had prepared her for this. What the recruits didn't know was that mocking a SEAL carried consequences far beyond a simple shove. She could have retaliated impulsively, but restraint was her ally. She could feel the ocean's pull, but it mirrored the discipline within her. Strong, steady, unyielding. The sun glinted off the water, illuminating the ripples and the sand beneath the shallow surf. She moved smoothly, limbs slicing through the water, calculating every stroke. Every second, she assessed, anticipated, adapted. The recruits were nowhere in sight, but the lesson was already forming in her mind. They had underestimated her. They had laughed. They had thought themselves clever. They had been utterly wrong. She thought she might simply swim back to shore and let the moment pass. She was wrong. The tension built slowly, almost imperceptibly. The ocean breeze carried the distant laughter of the recruits, oblivious to the presence of someone trained to survive, to adapt, to overcome. Her thoughts were sharp, focused not vengeance, but precision. A SEAL's strength was measured not in fury but in skill, control, and patience. Her black wetsuit clung to her as she moved, the water pressing against her like resistance in training, testing her every movement. Small waves rolled beneath her, carrying her forward. The salty air, the taste of brine, the rhythmic crashing of the surf all heightened her awareness. Every nerve was alert, every muscle ready. The ocean had become her partner, not her enemy. Then came the plan. She would let the recruits think they had won until reality struck. She would show them that SEALs do not drown and that discipline and training always win. The moral tension was subtle but present. This was not cruelty. It was a lesson in respect and awareness. Her mind replayed every scenario she had encountered in training, every technique refined to perfection. The climax approached as she surged forward, breaking through a wave with explosive speed. The shoreline was just ahead. She emerged from the water, eyes blazing, body dripping, but unwavering. Behind her, the recruits had gathered, oblivious to the storm about to hit them. Her stance was solid. Commanding her presence alone demanded attention. The first wave of surprise hit them like a physical blow. They laughed at first, but their laughter died in their throats. Her gaze was steady, unflinching, and her expression spoke volumes. Respect replaced arrogance. Shock replaced mockery. She had turned a moment of ridicule into a display of mastery, control, and unshakable composure. She stepped onto the sand, water dripping from her hair and uniform, every motion deliberate. The recruits froze. The lesson was clear. Never underestimate a SEAL. Training, experience, and discipline could outmatch arrogance, recklessness, and mockery in an instant. The ocean had tested her, and she had conquered both the waves and the moment. Her heart calmed, pulse steady. Every second had been measured, every movement purposeful. The recruits finally understood not through words, but through action. They had challenged the wrong person at the wrong time, and they would never forget it, because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. The waves continued to crash, indifferent to the human drama they had witnessed. The sand settled, sunlight reflected off the wet surfaces, and the salty air carried a lesson that would echo far beyond the shoreline. She had proven that even in the face of mockery and recklessness, courage, skill, and discipline prevail. As she looked back at the recruits, some sheepishly avoided her gaze, others nodded in silent acknowledgement. Respect had been earned not through anger, not through chaos, but through calm, precise, and controlled mastery. Her story would be told among them for months, a reminder that SEALs never drown, and neither does their resilience. The ocean, vast and powerful, mirrored the truth she had shown that day. Discipline, Courage and mastery always rise above arrogance and ignorance. Her triumph was quiet but undeniable, a testament to the human spirit and the power of training. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share in the comments a moment when you turned a challenge into a lesson. Your courage inspires others to rise above doubt, fear, and mockery.